All right, we're here. We're against a Disc Priest Arcane Mage. Now, I'm not going to lie, this game's a little long because after a certain point, we have to think about what we have and what they have. What they have, they're an Arcane Mage. They blink so gosh darn often. It's so hard. If they want to, they can avoid anything. RCC, a lot of things on us. They can, blink in for polys. They're going to get CC. So our goal here, again, is a defensive play. Do not die. We're against a Disc Priest. Disc Priest is going to actually pump some damage. We need to be remembering that we need to be line of sighting that Disc Priest. I'll kind of jump to it because I know you guys don't like when I talk too much, but the build that I'm going here, I am actually going a very defensive build. Maybe that's because I think it's going to be a long game. I do go Purifying Waters. Purifying Waters is a PvP talent that when you purge, it heals you for 3% of your maximum health, which is not bad against a game where you think you're going to purge spam. Not bad against Disc Priest. Not bad against mages in general. Not bad against resto druids. Really, it's actually not, and it actually does do some pretty good healing. You can see because of my traits, I'm going the pack spirit traits again. I'm going to survive. That's our goal here, and part of the reason is because we know it's a Disc Priest. Disc Priests go very fast. So if we live, we will win because Holy Paladins have very mana efficient healing. So this is, I guess I'm going this setup. I'm going Totem Mastery because I don't think I'm going to have a ton of casting uptime. What did I go? Yeah, Primal Elementalist. Okay, sure. So I went the same build again. I probably don't need to go Primal Elementalist. I probably could go Ice Fury because of how much movement there's going to be. Just throwing in quick Frost Shocks that are empowered would be pretty decent. But let's go ahead and get into it. So basically on the open, what I should do is I should drop my totems, my Totem Mastery totems. I should throw out my Earthbind. Earthbind needs to be used on cooldown on against any composition. Really, it's very, very important. So here, I'm going to go ahead, focus the Priest, I guess, and then I'm going to start purging. One of the things I like to do really early, you can see it at the top left, is I really like cleaning mages in the opener. I like purging off all of their buffs. Now, it's not because of the intellect. It's not because of the fort, really. It's because I want them to be naked so that when they use arcane power, which I know this Arcane Mage has, I can get it off in one purge, and it's done. We can counter that really fast. So what you see me doing here is very important. I'm trying to line of sight at least one of them. I don't want that Disc Priest, which you can already see the Disc Priest has done more damage than the Arcane Mage. I don't want him to get damage on me. Because you got to remember, Disc Priest damage is Disc Priest healing. It's also additional pressure. It's going to be taken away from my healer's mana. So you're going to see us kind of play like weenies back here. I'm going to heal myself sometimes. And my goal should be, though, I need to keep Flame Shock on everything. Now, you have to remember, guys, and I laugh because Arcane Mages only have one school magic. When you're going against an Arcane Mage, you have to be careful because you don't want to use your interrupt too much because in case you think they're going to CC a lot and get chain polys and stuff like that. But at the same time, if you kick anything they cast, except for Ring of, I don't even know, do they even get Ring of Frost? If anything they cast in their Arcane School, which is Arcane Missiles, Arcane Blast, Polymorph, I mean, all those things, if you kick any of them, they get locked out. So I will go ahead and be kicking pretty much the Arcane Mage on any of his Arcane abilities. And I will be kicking the Disc Priest on any Holy School magic. And why do I say that? Well, when they use Shadow Mend, that is it's not mana efficient at all. That's how they're going to go So if they ever use Penance, which does a ton of damage, kick it immediately. It's very important to do it early on in the cast too if you can, but that's a very good one to cast. You can see here the mage is going back, and in general, if the mage gets a poly, look, he got a poly on Cat's Eye going Ghost Wolf. I'm hiding. I'm wasting their diminishing returns on the polymorph, and I know she's going to get feared. I'm not worried about it. I'm just avoiding damage right now, which basically wastes their diminishing turns, waste that go. I'm just line of sighting Cat's Eye, which is totally fine. 80% health. I know that I'll be fine. I'm just going to be applying pressure. Cat's Eye's out in the open right now, a little bit scary, but it's not really that bad because I think they are focusing on me. I saw Temporal Shield go off on the mage. I try to purge that off immediately. If in any instance I'm going against the mages, if I don't think I can get the Temporal Shield, I will switch targets because it's now a waste of it's a waste of doing damage to the mage because he's just going to heal it back, he or she. Now, if you still look at the damage, the Disc Priest is still doing more damage than the Arcane Mage. So that's why we got to make sure we're line of sighting them at all times. They will do more damage, and all that damage is getting converted to healing, so we have to be careful. Now, something else to note about me. I will sometimes use a lightning lasso on a, you can see diminishing returns of stuns. Holy Paladin has a 6-second stun, Hammer of Justice. Dropping it down on somebody is pretty scary, right? I mean, 6 seconds of CC. The only thing is, Katza CC'd the mage, which can be dispelled by the disc, so maybe not the best move, but I will use lightning lasso is actually that same diminishing return. It's stun diminishing return. So now if I lasso the Arcane Mage, then it's going to be half the duration. Instead of 5 seconds, it's going to be 2.5. So sometimes it's good to use it still. Sometimes most of the times it's not. But sometimes in the heat of the moment, if you do it, it's not the worst thing in the universe. So you see here, I'm line of sighting the disc. I'm purposely doing this. This was trained by Garf. Garf, shout out to you. Thank you for that. Another thing is you do not want to be feared. In general, the shaman has the tremor totem. You don't want to get feared, because if I get feared, then and Katza's feared, then I cannot use my tremor totem, and then they start to pump some damage on one of us. The only thing is they're focusing me with a lot of damage, so if they keep going me, taking damage will break the fear, and then we'll be fine. I'll just drop tremor. But in this instance, I would have expected them to go on Katza while that happens. Now, they're trying to get a poly here. I see that. I'm trying to get out of both of their line of sights. I need to get going. They dropped, you saw the malediction warning. I dropped my grounding totem. That's just part of the formula now for Ellie. Now, they're CCing, they're spam CCing Katza, and I'm out of there. I just walk away and I say, no, I'm not going to deal with this. This is something you got to think about, guys. It's kind of like, you might be thinking to yourself, looks really boring. That's really lame. But to be honest with you, it's part of what you got to do. You have to counter some of their CC. I don't have spammable CC, so that's how we have to counter it in some cases. So here I'm just we're just going to be doing damage. The Hodge on the Arcane Mage is whatever. Again, my half lasso is there. So in general, maybe we shouldn't, save Hodge for the healer. It's possible. We see the temp shield. We're still both line of setting the disc. Now we can finally see that the Arcane Mage is hard to see in the bottom right, but the Arcane Mage is actually now finally doing more damage. I switch. This is okay, so you probably just saw what I did down here. I switched to Healing Done. Tiqqle, what the heck are you doing? You're at 50% health. Why are you switching to Healing Done? Here's the deal. I wasn't doing it for me. Wasn't doing it for the disc. Wasn't doing it for Katza. I was actually doing it because of the Arcane Mage. There are mage healing traits that every time you use an instant, you get healed. And Arcane Mage has a lot of those buttons. So I'm actually checking here to see, is the Arcane Mage healing for too much? Is he healing a ridiculous amount? Because if he is, all that self-healing is just self-sustaining. So I might as well not hit him. I might as well go to the disc, because our goal here is to right? And so I basically am looking, I'm like, hey, okay, looks like the Arcane Mage isn't even healing as much as me, even though I'm using Pack Spirit. So I'm going to use but I'm going to hit the disc instead, because it looks like, yeah, of course the disc is healing, but at least he's not going to be self-healing like a DPS does. So you do want to be aware of those classes that do self-healing passively. A DK, a DH, so many right now. DK, DH, Destro, S-Priest, some mages. You have to be careful, because if they're doing that, it's actually less efficient to hit them. You want to be hitting the target that's taking the max amount of damage. You want to be hitting the one that's doing the max amount of damage most of the time. So here I'm just now I'm hitting the mage because I have no other choice. But I'm about to get schismed. Oh, no, actually, Katza got schismed. Schismed actually increases the Disc Priest damage on that target by a ton, so you have to be careful. Now there I just spam Purge twice. That actually healed me for 6% of my health and took away a shield. It's usually a good option to purge off those shields, because it actually usually is a pretty good shield. Now I'm actually in a pretty bad position here. I see Dark Archangel on the Arcane Mage. A little scared, but now look, they get the polymorph off, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just going to Ghost Wolf, and I'm literally in Ghost Wolf. He could fear me here, and if he does, oh, maybe he's going for it off Katza. Then I would be a little bit worried, but I'm not. So again, guys, I'm denying their CC. Katza just got CC'd for about 15 seconds, and we're fine because I ran the other way. This is a great technique against mages. Great technique against hunters. Hunters hate when this happens. When they trap your healer, you just do it. You do it. Okay, so here we finally get something good. We have a full stun on the Disc Priest. That means he's not healing. I get a full lasso on the Arcane Mage. He does have a shield up, unfortunate, but we are actually pumping some damage. We can see pressure immediately start to go, and the Disc Priest is going to have to start pumping some healing or using a cooldown. We see Temporal Shield come out in the Mage. That's a win for us. I think he used Rapture there, and if you do see a Disc Priest use Rapture, what you need to do is you need to start purging your heart off. Like, you need to purge to no end, because the shields that will come out of a Disc Priest during Rapture are ginormous. You need to definitely do that. All right, we see here, okay, another thing. The Disc Priest just ran at me. What is he going to do? Answer in the comments. Everybody knows. If a Disc Priest is running at you, he's coming to fear your ass. you got to run. You got to run. And actually, it's not that big of a deal. If the Disc Priest fears Katza or fears me, one of us, it's not that big of a deal. Because I already know I can go Ghost Wolf and deny the damage if they fear Katza. If they fear me, it's actually better for them. But here they fear both, which is also bad. I would expect them to start hitting Katza, but again, they're really tunnel visioned on me. I dropped grounding here. Now, if you saw it, the Malediction Trinket warning was up, and I dropped grounding pretty late, but it still caught it. I don't get the healing debuff. I didn't take the damage. That would have been pretty scary. I go Ghost Wolf, seeing as my healer is CC'd, and I'm telling her I'm fine. There's no reason to be scared right now, and here I'm actually legit scared. I'm legit scared. I'm lassoing here to stop the MC. I do have a kick available, but I am getting a little scared. I think it's coming up here where I realize, uh-oh, that was our arcane power. I need to be a little bit worried. What's going on here? The Dispel comes out on the Arcane Mage. No big deal. I know that Fear is coming back available. I need to get away from Katza. I need to get away from her because if I get feared with her again, it will not be good. Disc Priest at 50% mana. Katza at literally 90% mana. Now it's the drink game. They're getting a little bit more defensive, and they're gonna take it. I get the Hex out full duration. He doesn't have a trinket. It's not choosing not to use. I get a lasso here for full duration. Could get CS, and I stopped my lasso early. Did I? I think I do. This is something that I do. I'm gonna back up. I will. It's like right. Let's see. Right here, when I see that a mage, this is another tip, when I see a mage has counterspell available, first of all, counterspell is a freaking good interrupt. It locks you out for 6 seconds. It might as well be another polymorph. I get close to the, I'm getting about, I get a full last on the priest. I'm forcing pressure, but I see that mage is coming up in 1 second, and he has an interrupt. Do I want to get locked out of my school? No, I'd rather fake him and be a bigger boy. So what do? You're gonna see it. I'm gonna go. He's about to be out of the Hex. I'm at 3 seconds left. That's 3 seconds of damage. But I'm going to cut it short, I bet. Do I? The mage is out. I cut it short, and because that was the opportunity, the first chance he had to kick me. Now, some people will do it, some people won't. I ended up missing out on probably 1 or 2 ticks of lasso, but I could have juked the CS, which would have been a very big deal because I would have got locked out on Nature School, and I have Stormkeeper. Look at the top right. I pre-casted Stormkeeper, and I couldn't. If I got interrupted there, I would have wasted the entire Stormkeeper. Now I might. No, I don't. I don't waste it. I dump it into him, and I start pumping the dam. The other thing to. So yeah, that's a huge tip. I don't want to like keep going too fast. That was a huge tip. Lasso, you can cancel it by switching by clicking another ability to start casting that instead, or using an interrupt, or using anything. It'll cancel it. And sometimes it's good to cancel it because you can juke interrupts, and you can bait that coming out of. CC. So anyway, again, here I get a capstone on the mage. He won't dispel that. It wouldn't really make sense. We're both feared again. Not the best of us. I see that Katz is going to get CC'd. I go Ghost Wolf. Again, I interrupt the mage. He's locked out of his school. This is Dark Archangel. This is actually kind of scary. Now oh, there it is. The Malediction Trinket. This is actually the scariest I've been. I don't even know if we win this game now because I'm getting so low. I have to go. Oh, there's Sacrifice. And so I need to get Sacrifice. And then and as soon as that was communicated, I need to switch on the Go Light. I was actually too defensive there. I need to start getting pressure. I need to start pumping and pumping and pumping. Should have done that a little bit earlier. I get the Hex here. Why? Because I want to go this healer. Now I'm chasing forever, and I'm finally like, all right, I'm freaking done chasing. Another tip is you don't want to chase too long. Sometimes it's good against some targets, but here it's like I'm just trying to pump dam. I'm trying to do as much damage as I can. I can see the self-healing down here. I'm trying to just pump damage. I'm trying to just force pressure. I don't need to chase that hard, especially if I can just do things like that and get a full lasso there. Now, again, I'm not sure why that lasso just broke, unless I broke it. That's the second time that's happened in this game. I'm not really sure what that's about. We see that the priest I believe did have Rapture up, but that's fine. All right, so we're getting aggressive. I know that we have more healing. I know we have more mana. We're running out of cooldowns a little bit, so we're again just getting more and more aggressive. I did not drop grounding there. Why? Because I think we were fine. I got void stoned. Katz is actually in a tough pickle here. I think she might bubble. Not really 100% on that. All right, so we're running in. Okay, so that's the Hodge. I really do not want to be damaging into that protective barrier by a Disc Priest. I'm pretty sure reduces damage taken by like 25 to 50%. So I don't really want to deal with that. I start purging off temp here, which I did get, and now I'm just kind of chilling. I do have a lasso up, so I do get it again. I get it on the mage full duration. So good. Now that we don't have a stun or anything, is that another invis? Oh my goodness. So we're kind of just pumping dam here. We're feeling really good. We have mana, we have everything. They're just kind of running out. And this is exactly what I said earlier on too, was they're just running out. They're just running out because they're running out of mana. We denied a lot of their damage. We denied some of their goes. And here, you know, there's going to be a fear coming up real soon. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no, they're just going on Katsa. So I got all the polys out. She's in trouble. There's Bubble. There's Bubble. That's the MD. This is really important, guys. When you have play with a Paladin, you need to save your kicks. I guess I interrupted it there, but you need to be very careful. If your Paladin bubbles and you're against a Priest, you need to make sure he does not get that mass dispel off. If he does, you lose. You know, it basically is so scary. And there we get Ice Block, super good. You know, in general, Katsa should be pretty good here. We're going to get Double Fear. Yeah, again, that's really bad on us, but that's okay. And then we're just going to Blast. But they don't really have anything left at all, actually. I could hit any one of them. I have Stormkeeper up. I better freaking use it or I'll be real disappointed. Used it into Temp Shield. Good job, Tick. You never want to damage in Temp Shield. There's Rapture. Now I need to be spamming Purge. Let's see if I do it in the top left here. Nah, you're toasted anyway. Anyway, that's what it is. Guys, this game went for, I think it was a long game. I think, honestly, we've gone through it together. But again, it was like almost 2,200 against Caster, Disc Priest. Very important. We walked through a lot of different things, a lot of different tips. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this. The abilities are up on the left. These compositions are here. Let me know if you have any kind of tips or tricks for other people as well as playing an Elemental Shaman as this composition or something similar. Or let me know how Archer would be different. And guys, put the questions below, hit it up in the Discord. Let me know what else you want to see. Thank you so much to the Patreons and everyone that has joined the YouTube channel by clicking that join button. You guys are supporting the dream. Let's get going. Guys, we'll see you on stream, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, pretty much every day. Or on the next video. Thanks, guys. Take care.